Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us on a new edition of the Who's Who interview. Again, very happy to be here recording from Powerelec Kenya 2025. I have a special guest with me today, a very familiar face for many of you, Marcelle Combrink, who is originally from South Africa and with us here today in Kenya. Marcelle, hello. Very good afternoon to you. For the very, very few people who might not know you, could you please tell us a little bit about you and a little bit about your background in solar?
No, definitely I can do. Firstly, John, thank you for the time for AFSIA to sit with me on this. A background about myself. I've been in the renewable industry since 2010. I started in agriculture, looking after farming communities in a small town very close to the Botswana border, and I started to design systems and supply farmers with renewable solutions for their farms, whether it's pumping, whether it's off-grid solutions, or even if it's just LED lights that I help them to reduce their consumption. I then 2017, 2018, I moved to the UAE. I had the privilege to work with a very big company called Jubaili Brothers. I helped them to set up their renewable division. Very, very challenging market. The culture is very different. The way of negotiations are very different. But it also made me where I am today, and it gave me the diversity of working with multicultural people. I then joined Sungrow in a stint with Sungrow, and now I'm back with Sungrow. So very excited, very happy to be back. I think I bring a lot of experience to this region now, and a lot more on the larger scale systems, because as you know, in the Middle East, you have the projects are much bigger. It's not kilowatt hours, it's megawatt hours. So which will help us in this region also, because we're also starting to pick up now on our CNI side, and the project's becoming more megawatt hour specific projects. But yeah, happy to be here, happy to talk with you, and thank you.
No, very nice to have you back. And specifically about this this decision that you've just made to come back to Africa. What's so exciting about it? What do you see are the major trends? What is shaping the market right now?
So I think Africa is a continent, and as we all know, I think like 50% of people do not have access to power in Africa. It's still a growing market. I think people have moved away from a lot of smaller systems installation. And you look at the CNI side, when you look at a large CNI system, you're looking at a 4 to 5 megawatt hour energy storage. I also think the battery market this side of the region is very more open to moving into that direction. If you look at the Middle East, a lot of the energy storage is it's larger scale, but it's also people do not ask the right questions. Honestly, it's a very price focused market, especially in the CNI side. And here, I feel that a lot of the people that install, or a lot of the EPs that install and have the time to understand the product, understand what they buy, all of that, you know. If you look at renewables, especially like South Africa, we're talking about 10, 15 years now. The Middle East only started, 2017, 2018, and it was a rapid growth. So that said, the regulations this side, especially in South Africa with importing and exporting goods, are also controlled. The Middle East is also getting onto this now. And it's the culture. I really miss the culture. I really miss the people. When I used to travel, it was this is a funny story. We landed in Cape Town, me and my wife. We get off the plane and it's raining. Everybody walks with umbrellas and we walk in the rain. Because in the Middle East, we don't see rain.
You're happy to see it again.
Yeah, just very excited to see that. But it is, I think the outlook in this region, and especially East, West, Central and Southern Africa, it's very promising. We just need to educate the market. We need to tell the market what to buy, how to buy it, and make sure that what we supply to them covers their requirements and the solution that they need. So, it's challenging, but it's also exciting.
Yeah, and talking specifically, delving specifically into what you just said, we know that there's projects all over the continent across different segments. But if you had to point out one specific opportunity which you and the company see as particularly promising, what would that be? A region, a country, a type of application, maybe?
Let me divide that up into three areas. Let's take my first thought. My most promising memory that I've had, and I've used this always, was my first properly functioned, let's put it that way, off-grid system that I designed in the northern side of Limpopo. Secondly, I think there is one particular project that stood out for Sungrow, was a utility project, 500 megawatt utility, 125 megawatt utility with the string 250 kilowatt string inverter. I went to site. I helped to do some troubleshooting on site, and I really felt that I added a lot of value after that meeting with the EPC and the client, which was very, very good for me. Joining back now, seeing the challenges that is in the industry, understanding the challenges and having meaningful input to distributors, to EPCs, trying to resolve issues in a different way than what it's normally done, also gives me a lot of satisfaction. Just before this meeting or this discussion that we've had, there was a discussion with one of our partners and the EPC on a system that we resolved. And it's just, I think, with going away and coming back, it's a more out-of-the-box thinking than what it is. And being more adaptable, to put it that way. But yeah, excited.
Fair enough. And if you allow me to come back to your story, most of us in the industry, we have that one project that really marked us, or that one meeting, that one person that we met that marked us and that made us decide to join the industry. Can you tell us about one of the most memorable events or projects that you've worked on, and explain a little bit why this was so important for you?
So I will come again to that first project that I did. You understand and you see the business opportunity, because at that stage I had my own business. And you understand exactly where the market is moving to, and you see people are not adapting quite fast enough to take that market segment. So you think, okay, this is opportunity to go. You don't understand the product, but you see the market, the business potential. I'm not an engineer by qualification at all. I'm a strategic business management person. So I think the cycle that I went through with the client was the most for me, because it was, the first installation was total failure because I trusted too many people, and people just sold me the incorrect products with the incorrect calculations. In those days, your load calculations and everything was done on the Excel sheet. You don't have software anymore. So that specific client saw that, after the first system that I installed, and the quality of system that I installed really affected me as a person. He said to me, listen, let's come. I'll pay cost for the next one, and let's fix this, and we use this as a reference. So together with the client, we went over to Victron at that stage, because Victron, and it's still, I feel, the best off-grid solution that's in the market. We went and upscaled by quite a lot Victron, and at that stage, I don't know if you know the 2-volt cells Hoppeker. I installed that. I went from 12-volt, looks like a car battery, due to people telling me this is the best way to go. And then I just sat down after that installation and I said, you know what? I'm not going to promote anything for at least 6 months. I went around Johannesburg to different cities, went to speak to different companies. There was a company called Solar Square at that time. I got a lot of training, paid for the training, understand how the design works and everything. And up to now, this client still talks to me. So I helped him to convert from a lead acid tubular installation to a lithium. I was not selling it to him, but he phoned me after. He said, Marcelle, I need help. How do I do this? Please guide me. Who do I use? All of that. So I put him in the right. And it makes you proud. It makes you proud. I think there's always a part when you meet somebody and somebody goes and says, you know what? You really helped me and you made a major impact in my way of moving forward in the renewable sector. My goal has always been to share my experience, share my knowledge. And John, you know me. I don't do grey. It's either right or wrong. And I'll be honest. Whether you accept it or not, that's your prerogative. So being that type of person and being seen as somebody that I can go to for business advice, go for strategy advice, all of that. Don't come to me for financial advice, because that's the area where I still need to get my skills up. But yeah, it is. I think we're also at that age in our life cycle that we want to give back now. We just don't want to take anymore. And this is where I am now. So I've got a very good team that I'm working with at Sungrow, very young guys, very energetic guys. And I'm just sharing my knowledge, my experience, and my guidance with them. And next year will be a big year for us. It will be a very calculated and structured year, focusing on, especially, everybody understands grid-tight systems now. Now we need to educate the market on energy storage. Whether you're using energy arbitrage, peak demand, all of that, the battery gets used in different scenarios, and we need to educate the clients, the end clients more, so that they can spec the correct product, but also work with some of the EPCs on the installation side of that. A lot of people think that it is the battery and the inverter is the key part, but it's not. Your car's engine and your car's body works perfectly, but the computer that controls that, that's the important part. And that's the smallest cost. So I'm trying to get that now into a point that we look at the whole logistic or the whole solution as a thing, and understand exactly how the functionality works.
Last question before I let you go back to all your visitors at Powerelec Kenya. Question that I like to ask to everybody, because yes, of course, the industry is growing. The industry is going in a direction that pleases us, because we see a lot of innovation, we see a lot of new solutions, but there's still a few problems to solve in the African solar and storage space. If you had some magic powers to change whatever you can change, what would you change?
So I would reverse time. I would go back in time. And the only reason why I want to do that is basically, sometimes you put a system together for an EPC or for an end client, and, there's always some gremlin that comes up. And 99% these solutions are installed 500 kilometers left, 300 kilometers right, down, up, somewhere, and by the time you get there. So if I would do a superpower, it's just to reverse time for these type of unique installations that you think theoretically, it's like when you were studying, theory says this is the way things should go, but when you put the system in, there's always some gremlin that comes in. I think that would be the power I would use, just to go back and just fix
them
and fix it. Yep. Just say, slap myself against the head, say, no, go this way. So that's definitely the power I would use. And basically that just because I understand the frustration that the client goes through. You get a phone call 12 o'clock at night for a house, and he says, my power is off, my battery is dead. And there's a lot of things that, and you also, when you started with systems, or you start with new systems and new designs, there's always a learning curve. And unfortunately, the learning curve is sometimes with the EPC or the client. In the factory, it performs perfectly because the conditions are perfect. But as soon as you come to an area where it's especially remote and all of that, you might have these one or two gremlins that come in, and up and down and forward, getting all the logistics and everything sorted out takes a lot of time, and making sure that we've got everything covered. So yeah, reverse time.
Reverse time.
Don't tell my wife this. I'm joking.
Thank you so much, Marcelle, for joining us today and for sharing a little bit about your path in the solar industry. And very happy to see you back with us in Africa.
I'm very happy. I'm very looking forward to this. I've been traveling quite a lot into Africa now in the last 6 weeks. Seen a lot of people, met a lot of people, tried to understand the markets, tried to understand the dynamic behind the market. So ready for next year, 2026. And yeah, hopefully see you at multiple.
You will, definitely. Thank you.
That's always a pleasure. Thank you very much.